Hello and welcome to our 5 on 5. I'm joined today by Medford City Manager Brian Sjothun. Thank you so much for making time to join us today.
It's my pleasure to be here with you this morning.
Now, your career with the City of Medford has spanned over a decade. How has Medford changed and evolved in that time?
Yeah, I'm almost been here almost 2 decades, 18 years. So I think, seeing the growth as far as population base has been kind of amazing to see, and also the growth in the business base as well.
Absolutely. Now, I understand due to a variety of reasons, the Rogue X project is going to cost more than estimated. Why is that, and how is the city going to pay for that?
Yeah, that's the biggest dilemma that we have right now is a 25% cost increase, and Penn's Construction and our architects have really identified the cost increase based off the COVID-19 pandemic. Supply chain, everything's costing more than we have. We have natural disasters that are happening, whether it's floods, hurricanes, fires that drive up the price of construction materials, and then we also, like the rest of the West Coast, have a shortage in construction workers as well. So it's a little unfortunate that price has been driven up, and we have done great work in being able to value engineer the ability to try and keep the cost down, and basically we're able to pay for it because we have a different mechanisms that we're actually pushing some park projects back into the next biennium. And we're also using some ARPA funds that the city has received and we're eligible to use for this project. So we're able to make up the difference. And again, we still have nearly $5 million in contingency for the project that we hope to get most of that back at the end of the day.
And do these changes, do they impact the timeline of the project at all? And does it result in any kind of cost impact on residents?
Actually, the timeline is not impacted. The council approves the construction contract on Thursday, January 20th. You'll see construction beginning in March and an opening in August or September of 2023. So it's not impacting the time frame at all. One of the best benefits that we had out of this project is that we're not going to be able to, or we're not going to raise residents' taxes or their utility fees. The debt service for this is made up primarily of our hotel motel taxes and also car rental taxes, and we've seen a big spike in those over the last year since folks have begun traveling again.
All right, appreciate the update. We'll be right back after this break. Welcome back to our 5 on 5. We're joined by the City of Medford City Manager Brian Sjothun. Now, the camping ordinance that was controversially passed in April, now tents are temporarily allowed due to the weather. Is the city considering changing the law or rewriting it for more flexibility?
Actually, no, we're not. And the only time the tents are allowed is during a severe weather event period. And we're out of the severe weather event period right now. So our livability team is going down and posting camps that came up during the severe weather event. And so residents will see those camps going away here very shortly. We still have resources for folks that are camping along the Greenway to take advantage of. So council right now, the majority of them have no, I'd say no thought of changing the ordinance.
Now, speaking of that severe weather, significant snow on the valley floor is really rare, but we saw that in December. How do you think the city handled that weather change? Are you guys considering getting snow plows? How are you guys preparing for future weather like that?
Yeah, we are going to be doing that. So in the next biennium, we are going to be purchasing. We don't necessarily need to purchase snow plows. We're going to be purchasing equipment that can be attached to our public works vehicles to be able to remove snow. We didn't necessarily need to remove a lot of snow with this event. It was mostly the ice that came as a result of it, and we have equipment for dealing with that. We're also looking at potentially buying equipment and purchasing de-icer, so we don't have to rely on ODOT. ODOT is a tremendous partner to the city of Medford, and really appreciate the work that they did. They came off of I-5 and helped de-ice Barnett Road and a few other of our higher areas in order to make it safe for people to access services.
Now, another project with the City of Medford is the 2040 Community Vision Project. Can you give any updates on that process or maybe talk about that draft action plan?
Sure. The council will consider approving the action plan at their January 20th meeting. The Medford, the Rogue X is in that as a high priority, and really great that we saved $29 million on financing that facility too. But there are many action items, and they're not just the city of Medford. We have a lot of partners that will be part of that. The council will appoint a vision implementation committee in February. So this is not going to sit on the shelf. This will be a very, I would say, aggressive committee that looks at reporting annually to the council. And I say aggressive, they're going to be looking to implement the items that are listed in that action plan. And again, there was, over 1,100 or 1,200 residents that participated in developing this action plan.
Now, are there any other projects or developments with the city of Medford that you want people to know about?
Well, our Public Works Engineering Department is knee deep in working with ODOT on the build grant. And so that is the expansion of Foothill Road in North Phoenix. So we'll hopefully have that out to bid in November of this year. And residents will be impacted with construction starting in early 2023. So we will continue to provide updates to that. That is a significant project that will help travel along the east side of town. We're also looking and working with our development partners in the southeast area as well about potential traffic improvements in that area, especially around the Centennial Golf Courses. That group gets ready to develop housing in around the golf course.
All right, Brian. Well, we appreciate the update so much. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you.
We'll be right back after this break.